You know who I'm talking to. Find us up in these streets. Never humming minis. Never humming me. Whispers in my ear. Tip me off like they alarm. I got your Tommy gun. Tommy gun. Stand up. Stand up. Everybody in here, put your hands up. Hands up. The Tommy gun. Tommy gun. You know who we be. You know who I'm talking to. Find us up in these streets. What's up? What's up? What's up? How you doing today on this beautiful Monday? Welcome to the Millionaire Challenge Mondays. Millionaire Challenge Mondays. Something new that I'm doing. And what I want you guys to do is I want you to, what is Millionaire Challenge Mondays? Millionaire Challenge Mondays is, we look at the market all the time. Most of us have, our 401ks, we have our IRAs, we have all of those different things in place. And you guys got to understand, I'm trying to get used to this technology. Uh, I was having technology issues earlier. So, ever since Adrian put me on to this technology, I've been wanting to use it for over a year. So me and Noble have been trying to change the way that we teach you guys the stock market in a fun, more interactive way. And we know for sure that there's nobody else doing, what we're doing. So Millionaire Challenge Mondays, what I want you guys to focus on is trying to make money fast, right? We want to try to make money fast, but first things first, you gotta project to the world that you want to be a millionaire. You gotta project to the world because so many of us feel like, making $1 million is just not something that I can do. I only make $20,000 a year or $30,000 a year, and I just don't have the capital to be able to make $1 million. And that's not true. $1 million is very, very easy to make. You just got to know how to go about doing it. And some of you guys are going about it the wrong way. Now, I'm going to call you guys. So I'm not trying to be sexist. It's just a word and a term of endearment that I use. So I call everybody guys, gals, guys, dogs, guys. So bear with me. But welcome to the Millionaire Challenge. But I want you to project to the world that I want to be a millionaire. And then once you do that, the world will help you and guide you in the direction that you need to go into so that you can become that millionaire. But it's going to have to start with the stock market. The stock market is the building blocks of business. It's the building blocks of business. There, pretty much everything that you consume, anything that you buy, anything that you use, more than likely you're going to be able to invest in the market. Now, the main focus is going to be unusual options activity. That's something new that a lot of us don't know about. And I started the Millionaire Challenge back in 2017. And I told the world I was going to be a millionaire. I was going to do it in 365 days. And it didn't happen. If anybody knows what happened during that year, you'll know my story, right? So, I got hit with a lot of negative news in 2017, right when I started this Millionaire Challenge. And it took me about 2 years to even recover. And it wasn't financial news. It was just, it was just family stuff because we all go through it. So, this is Millionaire Challenge 2.0. When I first started it, I was using the futures market. As a trader, I want everybody to understand that if you want to make money in the stock market, if you want to be able to go on to CNBC or Bloomberg and be able to understand what they're talking about, you got to know what stocks are. You got to know what options are, which is the ultimate trading tool. You got to understand a little bit what futures are. And you better start learning cryptocurrency because cryptocurrency is here to stay. Cryptocurrency has created more millionaires than any other asset class in the last decade. And it's the asset class that has performed the best. These are real statistics. In the last 10 years, cryptocurrency was that thing. Doesn't mean that it's going to be the next 10 years. But if you understand how all of them work, if you're invested in trading and all of it, then you might put yourself in a position to get lucky. All right, so let me get used to this technology. I got my computer over here. Let me see if I can do this correctly, but I'm going to share my screen. All right. And then I'm going to go here. And what I want you to do is I want you to put your if you want me to look at one of your stocks, I'm going to look at a couple of stocks that everybody was looking at during the week, and I'm going to show you guys as a trader and an investor how to approach that market. I'm going to do it for free. We're going to learn how to read charts. I'm going to show you guys how the millionaires and the billionaires are looking at the market. So what I want you to do is a lot of people already know about this segment. I usually call it Charts with Joel. I usually do it on Fridays, but now me and Noble are going to do a joint venture together where on Fridays we'll be able to answer your questions. We might talk about 3 or 4 stocks, but I'm trying to look at as many stocks as possible. All right. So what I want you to do is I want you to put those stocks in the comment section, and I'll try to get to everybody's stock. Now, remember, I'm trying to learn this technology. It's going to take me probably until January before I get really, really good with it. So you gotta bear with me. If my sound goes off, please comment in the comment section. Sound off, sound off, sound off, Joel. If you can't see something, put it in the comment section because I can see your comments. All right. So let me share my screen. And I love this technology. It's actually really, really cool. But you're gonna have to know how to multitask. All right, let's see if this works. All right, all right. So let me tell you guys a little bit about myself. Hold on, let me hit present. There we go. All right, so I am a full-time day trader. I'm an expert in stocks, options, futures, and cryptocurrency. I have over 10 years and over 25,000 hours of trading and investing experience. Anything that I talk about today are the opinions of Joel Harrison. I want you to make sure that you do your due diligence. If I talk about a stock today, if I talk about an option today, if I talk about a strike price, please do your due diligence. Anything that you buy or sell can result in you losing all of your money. All right. I don't care what business that is. I don't care what market that's in, but I got to put that out there. All right. So, what is the Millionaire Challenge? All right. Again, back in 2017, I started it. I already had my foundation in place. Most of you guys have your foundation in place. I'm not telling you to take your money that's in your 401k or IRA and fire your money manager and start doing what Joel does. All right. I want you guys to be aggressive and conservative at the same damn time. Aggressive and conservative at the same damn time. Aggressive and conservative at the same damn time. And that's what a lot of you guys don't do. All right. What do I mean by that? That means you need to have your foundation in place, meaning if you have that 401k, that IRA that's earning that boring 10% a year, I want you to keep that. I want you to take 10% of what your assets are, and I want you to start being a little bit more aggressive, buying stocks that can grow 10 times their value and buying options contracts that can make 100% return in a day. All right, but there is a way that you have to position yourself. There has to be a way that you open up your accounts so that you can make sure that you're able and capable of doing it all. Now, most traders, most educators that you come in contact with, they're not going to come with you with the 3 different views of the market. In my opinion, it's because they don't really have an overall game. All right, you guys got to be able to capitalize on all the things that the stock market has to offer you. All right. If you don't have a Series 6 or Series 7's license and you going around telling people not to buy cryptocurrency, shame on you because it's created more millionaires in the last 10 years, right? Those are things that you're supposed to be invested in. Not all your money, just some of your money. You could have thrown everybody here could have thrown $100 at Bitcoin. And then if it grew 60 times its value, it would have been worth 6 grand. All right. But at the same time, I don't want you to use all your money. So we're going to get to, I'm just waiting for a couple of more people to join, but I'm going to show you guys how to look for options activity. Now, I do have a webinar that's coming up next week, the 16th through the 18th. I call it webinar week. What I usually do is if I lose you today, and I will lose a lot of people because I'm going to go really, really fast once I start looking at you guys' stocks. I want you guys to take that webinar. It's on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 6:30 to 9 o'clock. Well, I'm sorry, from 6 o'clock to 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. And I go from 6 o'clock to 9:30, and I will keep your attention. All right, because the stuff that I'm talking about, you're not going to hear anybody else teach. All right. So let's change our views of the market. All right. No longer do I want you to, I don't want you to view the market as being a casino. All right. It's not a casino. It's where all the money in the world is being made and you're missing out on it. You got to change your way of looking at the market. The market is nothing but math. The market is nothing but numbers. And if you don't understand numbers, that's why it's hard for most people to make money in this market. But you still got to position yourself. Always use the 90-10 rule, the 90-10 rule, the 90-10 rule. 90% of your assets should be in boring, maybe the S&P 500, real estate, and then the other 10% should be very aggressive. And then 10% of your aggressive money, you should be buying options, which we're going to talk a lot about today. But you got to change the way that you view the market, because a lot of us think that 1 + 1 is equal to 2. I mean, 1 + 1 is 1 + 1 is equal to 2, or 2 + 2 is equal to 4, or 4 + 4 is equal to 8. Not in the stock market. When I'm trading the stock market, I never see 1 + 1 is equal to 2. When I invest in something, I literally am saying to myself, this is going to be worth 10 times its value in the future. Every dollar I spend is going to be worth $10 in the future. In the options market, it's 100 times. You hear what I just said? It's 100 times, right? Because you can make a 50% or 100% return in the options market daily. All right. So you guys got to start educating yourself on the market, because the options market is the ultimate trading tool, but you got to change the way that you view the market. I tell people all the time, what's the quickest way of making $1 million? And everybody says, oh, it's saving $50,000 a year for 20 years. It's saving $50,000 a year for 20 years. And I always laugh and I said, that's not the fastest way to making money. The fastest way to $1 million is this. Now, some of you guys got that. Some of you guys didn't. All right. Some of you guys got that. Some of you guys didn't. The fastest way to $1 million is not saving $50,000 a year for 20 years. No, Joel, it's saving $10,000 a year for 100 years. And I'm like, you 29 years old. You trying to be a millionaire when you're 129? Like the numbers don't make sense, right? And a lot of you guys feel that way. No, other races, they save 70% of their funds, and that's why, they have more money than we do. And I'm like, all right, let's say I made 30, let's say I made $100,000 a year. You telling me, all right, out of that $100,000 a year, I got to save 70,000 of it. And then now I'm a six-figure, I'm making six figures, and you telling me I gotta live off of 30,000, which is roughly about what, $2,500 a month. Now I got kids that I need, I got a wife, I got kids. I need to have a car that I'm driving. If they wanted to go to like how am I gonna be able to save 70% of my funds, even when I'm making $100,000 a year? Like sometimes you guys say stuff that just don't make no sense whatsoever. Like that makes absolutely no sense. It makes sense, but it doesn't make sense. The problem is that we think of 1 + 1 is equal to 2. And we're going to get to the charts. I promise you we are. All right. The quickest way to making $1 million is flipping $1,000 10 times in a row. Not 1,000, but if you make $1,000, let's say you went out there and you bought $1,000 worth of socks, and then for $1, right? You spent $1,000, you bought socks for $1, and then you went on eBay and you sold those socks for $2. And then all of a sudden you profited, you doubled your money, right? You got $2,000. And then you take that same $2,000, reinvest it in those stocks or socks for $1, and then resell them for $2. It might take you a year for you to do it, but it's doubling your money. So for you guys that missed it, I'm going to show it to you again. All right. So you got to change the way that you view the market. You just got to. You just got to change the way that you view the market. So we're going to use the what would Joe do method. All right. I always tell everybody about the what would Joe do method of entry. They're flag patterns. If you want to go YouTube, what is a flag pattern? It's a momentum pattern when I'm trading. All right. This is the pattern that I look for when I personally am investing in things. And I know where I'm getting in and out. Now, I'm not going to show you guys risk to reward and all that. We don't have enough time to be able to do that. But this is the method that I teach most of my clients. And when I go to my charts, if it does confuse you, I want you to go to payhip.com/, what would Joe do, and you'll be able to download my Thinkorswim chart setup so that your charts can look like mine. I also want you to download my app. It's free. It's free. Might as well download it, right? If you have an iOS device or Android device, you will be able to download my app for free. There's a lot of people that are on the alert service. So, if you don't want to go and look up different stocks, right around 9:30, 9:45 in the morning, if I feel like the market can give you it has enough for you to make money to the upside, you will get an alert for certain stocks that you need to buy. You're going to learn about average true range. You're going to be able to trade it, and you can do the options market as well. I put out an alert early this morning, and pretty much all the stocks on that alert list ended up making money within the next, within the first 15 to 20 minutes of the market. All right, there are different places that you guys can reach me. If you need a consultation with me, you can always go to my What Would Joe Do page. You can go into the Insider Trading Room. This is being broadcasted over a bunch of rooms and bunch of pages. So this room is where you can rub elbows with over 20,000 other traders. Now, every single room that you guys go on, we all know this number. You get about 1% of participation, right? So if there's 20,000 people in the room, there's about 200 people that are interacting at any given moment. I do have a smaller room. This is for my clients. All right. Anybody that has ever purchased anything from me, and I don't mean like you do with your Netflix subscription, right? Like if you actually purchased one of my classes and you have a receipt to show for it, then you're going to be able to participate with me in this smaller room. Now, again, you're only going to get 1% participation. So only about 5 or 10 people are going to be very active in that room. So as this room starts to grow, you're going to see more and more people interact. And then, of course, you guys can always go to my for you people that have members that aren't on Facebook. They can always go to YouTube, and they can go to What Would Joe Do page. Sorry about that. And then you can always go to my PayHip. All right, payhip.com/, what would Joe do. All right. So why is this the best time in the world to make money? It's the best time in the world to make money because the feds are printing money this weekend. This weekend, the feds finally said, guys, we're going to print, $3.5 trillion. You understand that? $3.5 trillion. And most people are like, so, Joel, what does that mean? Well, when the feds print money, that money falls into the consumer's hands, right? It's going to fall into the consumer's hand. The consumer is you and I. It's going to fall into our hands, and we're going to reinvest that money back into the economy. So anytime that the government wants to put an injection of capital, especially when think of printing money like adrenaline, right? If you got shot or or if something happened and you need a jolt of energy, the government is going to print money. It's going to fall into the consumer's hand. They're going to reinvest it into the economy. So I don't care what's going on in the market. Anytime you guys hear that the government is printing money, you need to be in the stock market, period. Right? The last 3 times you guys have seen it pay out. It paid out for this pandemic, right? It paid out in 2008, 2009, real estate market crash. It paid out after Brexit. The government is going to print money. It paid out when Trump, at the beginning of the pandemic, when Trump was in office and they put an injection of money into the economy. You saw that the market went up in value. It didn't matter if people were out of jobs. Money is going to get reinvested back into the economy. But a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people are like, Joe, I don't get that. I don't understand what you mean by the feds printing money and it being reinvested into the market. And a lot of my friends, I got a lot of slow friends, and they don't get it. They don't understand it. They can't process it. So I said, all right, Leroy, Let me break it down so that you can understand it, Leroy. All right. So, Leroy, back in 2020, you had a small business doing well for yourself, but most people got issued stimulus checks from the government. So Leroy and a whole bunch of my other friends, they took their stimulus checks and they reinvested it back into their community, right? It fell into that consumer's hands. They had bands on bands on bands. They was coming to me like, "Yo, Joe, man, I'm making more money than I was making when I was working." And the government did that. They printed money. It fell into your hands, right? You didn't have to drive anywhere anymore. You didn't have to take your kids to daycare. And then a lot of you took that money, you reinvested it back into local businesses. This is what my friends were doing, right? They were reinvesting it into the local businesses and the people that were working at those businesses. I know, because you're thinking to yourself, even if I'm putting money into the local businesses, why are they not, why are they, how is this money getting back? How is it doing an injection into the economy? Well, the the money that you guys got from the government that you put into the local businesses, the people that are working at those businesses have to drive cars, they have to get loans. And then once they go out there and they take that money and they reinvest it back into buying a car and a home, and most people need a loan to get that car or that home. Most people can't pay for things cash. What ends up happening is the government comes back and repurchases that debt. So it doesn't matter where you spend that money, it's going to always come back to the original originator of that money, right? So anytime you see the government is printing money, the government is not only printing money and injecting it into the economy, they're making sure that it's established in businesses so that the economy can keep running. And then the government comes along and buys back that debt and then makes money on the money that they just printed. It's crazy. So anytime you hear that the government is printing money, I want you guys to run. I want you to run out there and I want you to start investing in the market. All right. So let's look at some stocks. All right. Because investing and trading is easy. You make it hard. Investing and trading is easy. Y'all make it hard. Y'all make it extremely hard for yourself. And you got to stop doing that. All right. So let me, my cousin told me to stop saying so much. So let me pull up my charts and let's get to this. All right. Cool. So again, welcome to the Millionaire Challenge. The first thing I always tell people to look at is the spiders. The spiders is the S&P 500. It's what most of you guys are invested in already. Now, I already compiled a small list of companies that you guys were interested in. This is my list that I look at. You guys are looking at the Thinkorswim chart set, the Thinkorswim platform that's offered by TD Ameritrade. TD Ameritrade, if you open up an account with them, you're going to have access to these charts for free. And you can create any type of list that you want. For example, electric cars were really, really hot today. So if I wanted to trade the market, or if I was looking for something that I wanted to, make money maybe in the next, 30 days to 60 days, I'll create a list of all the car companies that are out there. If I was trying to day trade today, you would have immediately known what stocks to trade. So I have this video called 60-minute trading. It's what I also teach on the third day of webinar week. But during webinar week, I start off by teaching you guys the stock market. The second day, we learn about the options market, which is the ultimate trading tool. And then on that Thursday, I teach you guys how to day trade. I want you guys to do it all. I want you to do the macro, meaning investing long term. I want you guys to buy things that can grow 10 times their value, like the Fords and the Teslas, what they've done in the last, year or two, General Motors. And then I also want you guys to get in the habit of learning how to trade. The reason why a lot of people are against it or think that it's a casino is because you are gambling. Anytime you get involved in a business and you don't know how it works and you don't understand strategy, you're gambling. But the people that have taken an initiative and learned a strategy and no risk assessment, you can do this all day and get to that $1 million status faster than you actually think. So I always teach this 200-day moving average. The 200-day moving average, the way that millionaires and billionaires look at this, and I want you guys to keep it simple, is that anything above this blue line is bullish, anything below that line is bearish. Think of bulls and bears like if you're into sports. I know a lot of people don't know this, but there's two stock exchanges, one in New York, it's called the New York Stock Exchange. There's another one in Chicago called the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. Now in Chicago, they have two sports teams. You got the Bulls and you got the Bears. A lot of people think that they're called the Bulls and the Bears because they're bulls and bears running around. I ain't never seen no bull running around Chicago. The Chicago streets. I've seen bulls, but it was, different financial institutions that use the bull as their mascot because bullish means up. So, that's just a quick little, thing, tidbit for some of you guys. So let's look at the spiders. So, I always go here. Let's do a clean chart. Most of you guys need to learn how to read charts. Every stock that you guys give to me today, I'm going to treat it like a magic show. And you're going to get so mad at how easy it is to make money. Now, 99% of the educators that you talk to are not going to be able to do this because most educators really don't know they know how to teach, but they don't know real strategy. They don't know what the millionaires and the billionaires are looking at. This is why I'm showing it to you guys. And this is why I do it for free, because I'm tired of seeing people get led the wrong way on how to accumulate wealth. So first things first, I don't care if you don't learn nothing ever for the rest of your life. This blue line right here is probably one of the most important things you're ever going to learn in the stock market, because it's going to let you know if things are bullish or bearish. What do I mean by bullish? That means if the stock market is going up or if the stock market is going down. You can look at this chart right now and see that once we got above this blue line, the stock market started to go up. And then once you get below that blue line and this line starts to go down, then that's when you either stay away or that there's going to be there's going to be a time where the market might go down for a while. So this is the S&P 500. This represents the 500 largest companies in America. I do this on every show, every podcast, every webinar, because I kind of want you guys to visually see what you've been missing out on. Do you know that anytime this stock dropped to this 200-day moving average, that was a buying opportunity? Y'all think that the millionaires and billionaires are using these $1 million indicators that nobody knows about to make money in the market. And all they're doing is this. Oh, okay, we hit the 200-day moving average, we're going to buy. Hit the 200-day moving average, we're going to buy. We got close to the 200-day moving average, we're going to buy. It got close to the 200-day, we're going to buy. It got close to the 200-day, we're going to buy. Now, mind you, this is 2012 we're looking at. This is 2012. This is what happened in the last 9 years. This is what you missed out on in 9 years, thinking that the stock market is hard. Now, 2008, 2009, the Feds printed money. Remember, Obama had the $800 billion bailout. That $800 billion put such an injection into the economy, it's still going on to this day. 2012, as long as this 200-day moving average is angled up, you would have known to buy here, 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 here. Watch this. Y'all going to get mad because you're going to say, Joel, it's not that easy. And I'm like, yes, it is that easy. Now, look at what happened here. What did I tell you guys happens when the 200-day starts to angle down? Let's say you bought it here. You bought options contracts and it started to go down. And then all of a sudden you're losing. And then this starts to angle down. Then you stay away. That's literally the strategy. I just taught you $1 million strategy. Hold up, Joel. Explain that to me again. When this blue line is angled up, you buy it every time it hits it. If this blue line is angled down, then you stay away. Joel, it can't be that easy. It is that easy. Y'all make trading and investing hard. I don't. It's the easiest thing I've ever been involved in my whole life. It's the easiest thing. So when it started to go down, yeah, you might have started to lose money, but at least you knew to stay away or load the boat if you really believe the market's still going to go higher. And then once you get back above this 200-day, and it starts to turn back around, then guess what, guys? Y'all think that the millionaires and billionaires are super smart? Nah, they keep running the play over again. They know that it won. They knew from 2012 to now, it won one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, really eight, because it went back to the highs. It won 8 times in a row and then it lost for a little bit. And then guess what? Once that loss happened and everybody thought the world was coming to an end, and this started to go back up again, they started running it back again. Look, one, two. Look at this. Look at this. Look how close. Look at every time you would have known to buy the lows of the market. Joe, how do you know when to buy the lows of the market? I've been reading Reddit. I've been studying all this information. How do you know all of this? Because I listen to millionaires. I turn on my TV and I listen to millionaires. I don't listen to my thousandaire friends. They don't know what the heck they're talking about. Stop listening to thousandaires. They don't know what they're talking about. Start listening to wealthy people. Then you'll probably become wealthy. And I know I sound condescending when I say that, but it's the truth. There's so many people out there that are educating that don't have the wealth or the knowledge to take you guys to the promised land. Okay? They just don't. So, Joe, you think you do? Well, I mean, my family, we are millionaires. All right. I did proclaim I wanted to be a millionaire, and it happened 4 years later. And my financial planner, my tax, my CPA, my mom, my wife, my kids, my family are all in the room. So I can't just come in there and lie. I can't just show receipts and be like, "Ha, look at this $100,000 I made today." Because then my wife is gonna be like, "Yo, why you lying to the public like that? I didn't marry a liar." You guys got to start following the individuals that have actually done things. That's the biggest mistake a lot of you guys make, especially when you're trying to become something that's, that you're trying to achieve. If you want to be a doctor, I think you should go and do an internship and work with a doctor, right? Learn from somebody that's actually doing the profession. Y'all don't do that. You don't vet who you're talking to. You go on YouTube, you pay $10,000, $20,000. So this is what I want you guys to start doing from now on, right? I always tell people, look, if you take my course, it's 65 bucks. Save yourself, if you got $10,000, use 65. The other $9,900 you got, I'd rather you guys for a whole year, if you were going to pay the $10,000 anyway. All right. Let me take out my calculator. Let me add this up real quick. If I took out my calculator, hold on, give me a second. That's what I want you guys to do. All right. A normal course will cost you $10,000. Probably ain't gonna learn crap from whoever you learning from. Subtract $65. That's gonna give you $9,900. Now there's 20 trading days in a month, right? So roughly about 240 days a year. What I want you to do is instead of taking that course, I want you to spend $40 a day because that's what this equates to. $40 a day, knowing that you're gonna lose it all. You're gonna lose it all. And I guarantee that if you just trade for 365 days, you're going to be better than any trader that you've come in contact with and most teachers. Because that's what I did. I learned from experience. All right. I didn't have anybody to teach me anything. Take that money and trade the market and learn it. And learn the market from these tools that I'm giving you. I promise you, you'll be in a better space in 365 days. All right. Or save the $10,000. Don't spend no money on me. Just watch the videos because I'm going to teach you in these videos what to do. All right. So I said so again. So it ran off 3 more times. It hit the 200-day moving average and it started to go down again. Now remember, from 2012 all the way to 2019, you really only had this was a bad little period where the market went down. I don't know what was happening during this time. It was 2015 to 2016. I think that was Brexit. Then it started, and the market started to win again. Now that was 2015, 16. 2018, they running it back again. It's been 3 years. Then in 2018, this is when we were going to impeach Trump. That December, the market started to sell off. And the market only went down from about October to about February, so like 3 months. And then all of a sudden, so get this, guys, and from 2012, because I want you guys to see this with your own eyes. You really only got one loss here, which it still came back. You still won. 2018 that happened right here, which only lasted 3 months, and you still won. And then people start running it back again. Here and here. And then you got this big move right here. Y'all know what this big move was? That was COVID. That was COVID. We haven't seen a pandemic in 100 years. Of course, the market's going to hit the 200-day moving average. But all it did was go down to the lows of, what year was this? 2018. It just went to the lows of 2018. That's all it did. How did you not know this? Because you're too busy listening to thousandaires tell you that this is the end of the world, because they don't understand how money flows. The United States is the #1 government in the world, period. You have to get the economy to keep going, because what ends up happening is other economies that are suffering, they know that they can still invest in our stock market. They can invest in all of our commodities, and they're going to make money because America makes money. That's what we're known for. So you got to take advantage of what America is, right? It's a place to make money. If you're here and you're not trying to make money, you're not taking advantage of it. This was the 2020 lows. It would have hit the 200-day moving average. You could have bought it here, and you would have suffered from March to May. 60 days. For 60 days, you would have been like, oh my God, I think my money's going to zero. And then all of a sudden, why am I making all this money? Why is the market now higher than it was before the pandemic? I mean, are more people working? We were sitting at home at this time. Y'all know we were sitting at home in September, and the market was at its all-time highs. Does that even make sense? Then it dropped, got close to the 200-day. Why am I showing you guys this? Because I need you to understand easy money. I need you to understand easy money. This is where we are right now. Y'all, this is the pandemic. This is how you got left behind listening to thousandaires. Y'all see this? Why did this happen? This happened because we got an injection of money from the Trump organization. And now we about to get $3.5 trillion. So all those scary people that's got their money under their bed, what you think they about to do with their money now? Now that 3.5 trillion is about to go into the market. They're going to put their money in it as well. And then you're going to see the market go even higher. So what do you look for in case that doesn't happen? Well, if we hit this 200-day and this 200-day starts to angle down, then what did Joel say do? He said, chill, just chill for a second. Maybe 60 to 90 days. Close your laptop. Say, you know what? I'll look at the stock market again in 90 days. In 90 days, if you open up your laptop and you see that 200-day moving average going up, that is what millionaires are looking for. All this other stuff that y'all think they're looking for, it's not. It's literally that simple. Okay? So let's look at the options market. Should you be buying right here? Nah. Okay? But I'm going to get to you guys at stocks. I'm going to wait until it starts to drop in value to here. Now, I do this thing called unusual options activity, right? So I look up options, and what I try to do is I try to find unusual volume, because I want you to think about it. When people are buying things in the stock market, you can see the volume going up, but you can't really see the actual, like, you see volume candles go up. You see people exchanging shares, but you don't actually see bets placed on certain values. This is the secret part that only 1%ers know about, that I'm showing y'all for free. Because any options trader that comes out and tries to charge y'all $20,000 for this, I promise y'all, they not making money. They not. You know how I know this? Because when I see other millionaires, multimillionaires that are doing this, they're like, why am I going to keep all of this information to myself, to a couple of people? You hear what I just said? Why am I going to keep this information to myself for only a select few people? They're not going to do that. The people that are really making money are trying to make money off volume, because they understand the stock market. The Nigerian brothers, you know how I learned about unusual options activity? Because they gave me a free book. They didn't charge me $10,000 or $20,000. You know why? One of the Nigerian brothers is one of the 100 greatest traders, I think, in the world or America, because he didn't have to. He gave out this knowledge because he's like, yo, if I got everybody doing this and everybody understanding this and everybody using maybe a platform with the volume, I'll make more money there than I would trying to keep this secret information to about 30 people that can afford $100,000 class. All right. You guys are getting scammed. And my job is to try to stop that from happening. Okay. That's why I have my prices low enough so that nobody can have an excuse to not be able to take it. Now, why am I doing that? I want you guys to see the market the way that I see the market, because I can't see the market. I can't see every stock. When I'm in that room with 20,000 people, remember volume, I get to see what everybody's talking about that I don't know about. I'm not a scientist. I don't know what's going on in the science field. I'm not I don't build cars. I don't understand the car industry, you know, but legally, if people are there and they're talking about what they're doing, you get to educate yourself by rubbing elbows with people that are actually in that industry, are actually doing it. That's why I do it. All right. So I look for unusual options activity, because unusual options activity is actual contracts being bought at a bet, right? So you got these major corporations that are going out and they're using leverage to buy, the Teslas, the Apples, the Googles, right? And what we do is we go in here and we try to look and find the largest contracts that are being bought. Because if we're sitting at 468 and everybody is sitting here buying this at the 470 strike, and I look over on the put side where everybody is betting to the downside, and I see that there's more weight on the bull side than the put side, then I'm going to put on my bull hat. If I go in here and I see it 1-to-1, I might not feel that strong about the market going up in value. Sometimes you come in here and see unusual options activity that's ridiculous. Now, a lot of you guys think that this is illegal. It's not. You're like, Joe, what you talking about right now? Guys, I pulled up my TD Ameritrade account and I pulled this up. They even talk about it on TV, on air during the day. And y'all steadily listening to thousandaires in a Reddit room where you got millionaires and billionaires on TV telling y'all the strikes that they buying, because you don't trust them. I don't trust them guys on TV. You might not trust them, but they managing millions of dollars. And I can trust you that your Uncle Leroy don't know about the market the way you think he does. He's still buying penny stocks. Anybody buying penny stocks don't understand the market, period. The minute they even mention penny stocks, I'm like, oh, they don't know how to trade or make money. The options market is the new penny stocks. I wouldn't even say new. It's been around forever. It's just that it's an educated way of making the type of returns that you're waiting for, that you can see on an everyday basis. And most of you guys won't get educated doing it. And you're going to make money on the stocks that you're buying every day. For example, I put out a trade on Saturday. Okay, on Saturday, the stimulus bill came out, right? The Democrats finally got the government to sign off on this $3.5 trillion package. Okay, and it might be a different value. It might be 1.5, 3.5. Sorry if I don't have the right numbers. I know it's a trillion something. So if you look into that bill, you see a list of companies that are in there, right? You know that it's an infrastructure bill. You know it's going to go into the electric car space. It's going to go into building roads. It's going to go into modernizing America, and that's real money and real government funding that's going to go into our infrastructure. So there's already companies that's in that infrastructure. So on Saturday, we when that news came out, I pretty much said, guys, on Monday or next week, you probably want to trade, infrastructure companies or companies that's going to be involved in the infrastructure. Another bit of news that we got last week is that Rivian, which is an electric car company, is going to IPO next week. IPO is an initial public offering. So what's an initial public offering? It's when that company decides to go public. You can invest in that company, in their stock, and you can trade it. You can make money on it going up or down. Now, everybody and their mama for the last 5 or 6 years, just learning this from the insider trading room, knows that Ford is a heavy investor in Rivian, and Amazon is too. So on Saturday, I put out a post and I said, hey guys, knowing that Rivian is going to get a valuation of 80 billion or higher next week, if that valuation starts to go up, because Ford and Amazon are invested in that company, you might be able to trade those companies and make money to the upside. But I want you to go look for unusual options activity before you trade them. Of course, you had haters come into the room. Joel, you just bought Monday morning quarterback. And I started laughing. I was like, how can I play Monday morning quarterback in a Saturday? Like, that doesn't even make sense. I'm telling y'all what to do on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you're telling me that I'm telling you what happened after the fact. Like, that don't even make any sense. So, I love when people troll me in the room, because I try to make sense out of stuff that don't make sense. I'm like, how does that make sense? I'm literally telling you what to do on Monday. So I told everybody about Ford, right? So if you were buying Ford, let's look at unusual options activity. How could you have made money on Ford? Ford moves about 70 cents. So I always tell people, in the options market, you are controlling 100 shares of that company. You're controlling 100 shares with a little bit of money. And I get this all the time with Joel. I just don't have 10, 20, $30 to make in the stock market or options market. And I'm like, that's because you're not educated on it. You don't know what to trade. You never really talked to a millionaire options trader. Okay. So I told everybody what to trade on Monday. I told everybody to trade Ford. But before you even traded it at 9:30 this morning, I put out a post and I said, all right, guys, it's a $20 strike. That's what you need to go for. If you're going to trade Ford, go for the $20 strike. Everybody said, well, Joel, how did you know it was 20? Is it because you're Joel Stradamus? You just got a third eye and you just know where it's going to go? And I'm like, nah, I just listen and watch millionaires do stuff. And then I try to mimic what they do because I want to have multi-million dollars one day. I'm not going to go read up about Ford in a Reddit room. I'm going to learn how to do this on my own. So early this morning, you could have got up at 9:30 this morning, late to the party. You could have waited 15 minutes into the market. Now, all this news came out on Saturday. Everybody knew about it on Sunday. Joel talked about it on Saturday. Monday morning comes up. You hear them talking about Ford all over TV. You go into the options market. You see everybody picking the 20 strike. 77,000, 60,000. And it was a lot of contracts early this morning. You didn't need that much money. I'm going to show you guys something because it's going to make you mad. You could have used at 9:30 this morning. This is what you guys missed out on. Because a lot of you guys don't really think money can be made fast. I don't know why, like it's a sin. Joel, it's a sin to make money. No, it's not. Who are you talking to? Early this morning at 9:45. You could have been late to the party. If you were using my tools, you would have known which strike to pick. You wouldn't have to go to no Reddit room. You would have done it on your own. That's my job, to teach you how to do it for yourself so that you can teach it to your friends and family. Quit trying to pay other people to do something that you could have done in 5 seconds. We all knew which strike to pick. It was forward. We knew when to get in. Joel says that when he buys, he always pretty much gets in around 9:45 right here. You could have spent, it's going to make y'all mad. It's going to make you real mad. You could have spent $50. 50. Y'all see this with your own eyes. I also want y'all to do this because y'all don't do this either. You hear people talk about how much money they made. They never show you the charts. They show you, they show all of these different things, but never showed you the actual things. This is actual factual. I showed you the strike. You can go into the room and see me talking about this. You can see me tell you what strike the pick. You could have spent $50. Some of y'all have never seen 100% return in your life, ever. Joel, I've never doubled anything in my lifetime. You could have bought this at 9:45, and that $50 was worth, it didn't quite double, but that $50 was worth $93. We gonna say it doubled. You doubled your money from 9:45 to 10:38. It didn't even take an hour. And you got your first 100% return on something that a millionaire told you to buy. I don't know why y'all make this hard. I know why you make it hard. Now, is this trade going to be easy tomorrow? Nah. Because there are certain things that you got to look for. All right. And it's not 1,200 indicators. Well, Joel, I need a 5-minute chart, a 15-minute chart, an hour chart. I need a day chart. I need a quarter chart. I need to flip it to that chart. I need to look at the MACD. Then I got to look at the stochastics. Then I got to throw a Bollinger Band on it. Then I got to flip to this chart, that chart, look for my entry, then assess it with a risk to reward, and then take the trade. This is how you guys come to me. And I just laugh. And I'm like, you see my charts? Do you see all that crap on there? No. Now, that amount of money didn't break the bank to some of y'all. Some of y'all are like, Joel, $50 to $93. That ain't breaking the bank for me. How is that making me $1 million? Because you're not understanding how easy it is to make 100% return. All right. So for you guys that missed it, hold on. I'm going to show it to you again. What's the quickest way to making $1 million? The quickest way to making $1 million is doubling your money 10 times in a row. That's it. That's it. I start off with 50. Maybe some of you guys got to start off with 50. Well, you could have ended the day right around 90. Maybe take that $90, maybe trade something, maybe it gets to 180. Okay. Do you have to use all the money in your account? Nah. You could be a millionaire and be like, Joel, I ain't spending no more than $1,000, maybe trading. Okay. Cut that $1,000 up, make it a game for yourself. Say, I'm going to proclaim at being a millionaire by the end of the year. Try to figure out how many times you can make 100% return. Now, I know a lot of you guys are like, but Joel, that was just Ford. Okay. Well, Ford is part of the car industry, right? Let's look at other car companies, right? I always tell people to trade things that are going up in value. I always tell people to buy stuff like ChargePoint, you know, and what I try to teach is if anything's above this Ichimoku right around 9:45, you could take a trade. Now at 9:45, this actually was going down in value. So it really wasn't that great of a trade. But then once it got above this Ichimoku, this works just like the 200-day moving average. You remember how I told you when the 200-day was angled down, you stay away? Then when that 200-day starts to angle up, maybe you want to take a shot at it. We were talking about charge point early this morning. Let's say you didn't know if you wanted to trade charge point or not. What are you going to do? Please don't go into Reddit, because Reddit didn't tell you to buy it at 11 o'clock. See, the Reddit forums are just going to tell you, oh, it might run today. I've been in the Reddit room. They don't tell you when to get in. They don't have a strategy for it. They just say, look, these are the options. You might want to take a look at it. So this is what a lot of people would have done. They probably would have got word that $15,000 or this one out here was the option to get. And this is the mistake y'all make. You go and you find the unusual options activity like you're supposed to. You have your risk to reward in place, but then you fail at one thing. What you fail at is you say, all right, well, it's Monday, it's 9:30. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna buy this and then I'm gonna check it at 1 o'clock. I'm gonna buy this for $37, like everybody said, and then I'm just gonna check it at the end of the day. And then your $37 is worth $22. And then what's the other mistake that y'all make? Well, the expiration date is on Friday, so I can just wait until Friday since I got time until it expires. Mind you, you're picking unusual options activity so that you can make really, really quick money. That's why you chose it in the first place. So the closer you get to that date, if you're picking an expiration that's way out of the money that doesn't make any sense, right? It's going to be harder to take that trade. But for you guys that don't believe money can be made fast, at 9:30 this morning, y'all know these options was $10 and it happened really, really fast. Who doesn't have $10? That $10 was worth $50 in 10 minutes. Imagine throwing $100 in something and it being worth $500 in 10 minutes. Imagine throwing a G at this and it be worth $5,000 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 minutes. And here you are buying penny stocks. All right. What's another stock that you guys are? It's another stock. All right. Let me get to some of you guys' stocks. Let's get through this. All right. We got one person that wants to look at Path. All right. Let's take a look at Path. Let's go through the way that I, look at the company. So first of all, I'm going to look at my, I'm going to go to my Millionaire Challenge. Oops. And I'm going to write Path here. Now I need to, I want to trade stocks that are at least $1 billion in market cap. So we got 29 billion here. How would I have traded this? Well, first of all, let's look at Path for a long-term play. Let's see how it's interacting at the 200-day moving average. Now, if you ever pull up a stock and it doesn't have a 200-day moving average, that means that the company just IPO'd. Now, I know nothing about UiPath. I think that's how you pronounce it. This company IPO'd back in April of this year. Now, we have a rule in the insider trading room. The rule is if a stock IPOs, we want to wait 90 days before we buy it. That's just a rule that everybody knows in the room. Now, the only stock that I will not apply that rule to is this Rivian stock if it gets a valuation or a market cap less than 100 billion. All right, because it's probably going to run to 100 billion. But if you had just waited, like this stock opened April 21st, let's go 3 months out: April, May, June, July. So if we had just gone out to July 21st, we would have been able to get this stock on sale. We would have been able to get it for $63. It IPO'd at 68. It popped, then it flopped. This is really when you're supposed to buy it. I actually like it to break a trend line. Y'all see that trend? I like it to break the trend after 3 months and start to go up. This is the time to buy this. Now, I don't know if they have options, but it looks like it does. Now, When I see a stock going up like this, guys, this is where people go wrong with the options market. You got to know what strategy you're using. Are you day trading? Are you trading 30 days or you're trading 30 days or more? Now, when I'm trading day trading, right, I'm going to pick the expiration date at the end of the week. I'm going to pick the one that has the most volume, but it has to be above the Ichimoku. So let's see if that happened. The only way Joel's going to buy this is if it gets so it's the $60 strike. The only way I'm gonna buy this today to day trade it is if it's above the Ichimoku at 945. So at 945, this is what I got. At 945, we were underneath this yellow line. Joel would have been like, nope. But that doesn't mean that you can't buy this as a day trade because they have given us this wonderful thing called the ATR, which stands for average true range. And that average true range of that stock is going to tell me about how low it's going to go before it starts to go up. I don't know anything about this company. I don't, never heard of it, but I know that its ATR is $2.50. So what I would have done was I would have taken $2 and I would have taken the highs of the day for that morning. And I would have noticed that it was at 57. The highs of that morning was high of the morning was right around 57.8. Watch this magic, y'all. 57.8. So I know that the average true range is $2.50. So all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna subtract $2.50 from that. That's gonna give me 55.30. 55.30. Watch this. I keep telling y'all it's like magic because you're finally learning from somebody that can trade. What happened at 55.30? It was the low of the day. Knew nothing about this stock, but I bet you I can trade it better than anybody you've ever seen trade because I know what to look for. All right, these are the little things that these teachers don't teach you. These are the little things that the 1%ers know about. Because think about it, the stocks are very easy to predict. The larger a company is, the easier it is to predict. So I want to find companies that are $1 billion or higher. If you're struggling as a trader, you probably want to trade the Apples, the Amazons, the Googles first. The smaller a company is, I can't really predict what's going to happen with it. Okay. You could have caught this low. You could have said, you know what? Once you caught that low at 934 and it started to go up in value, you could have said, all right, I'm going to take a shot at path. How do I know which freaking strike the pick? You're not going to go in there like most people do and say, well, I'm going to outsmart the millionaires and I'm just going to buy a strike for 57.8 because I'm smarter than them. Stop doing it. All right. You're going to go in there and say, as smart as I am, what would Joel do? Joel is literally going to buy whatever the billionaires are. Have y'all ever been to a party with millionaires versus your thousandaire friends? Have you ever gone to a party or go to Vegas with a real millionaire? It's like night and day. Like night and day. They don't care. Like it's so much more fun. They're not frugal. They know what they want. I want you guys to start doing that. I want you guys to go to the party with the millionaires. All right, thousandaire friends, I'll be with y'all in a second. I got to learn this game. The millionaires are buying this strike. If you think it's going to go to the upside, how do I know that? It's right here. It's clear as day. All right, I'm not going to pick this one that's got 1 or 13. I'm going to pick the one that everybody and their mama is picking. It has to have $1,000. It has to have 1,000 contracts or more, though. Okay. So if you had taken that trade at that low, you know how much money you could have made in the options market? Now, in the stock market, it didn't really make that much. But in the options market, same trade, same stock, same flow, you could have bought that stock, that option at the lows for $116. All you got to do is multiply this times 100 because you control 100 shares, right? So this is $116. That was at 9:30. Y'all know that the highs were right around 170. Now, Joel wouldn't have been in that trade because Joel just don't like trading things underneath the Ichimoku. It's not enough room to the upside. But even on something that I can't really trade, I would have out traded you because Joel would have known where this was, and I didn't need an indicator to tell me that. I just used math. Y'all don't use math. Math is an art form that it's just a lost art form to making money. Y'all use what you read. The linguistic, there's nothing linguistic about trading the market. But it went from 116 to 170. You would have made $60 on top of your, or $50 on top of your 116. You would have made about 40%. Actually, let's see the exact amount of money you would have made. I love the Thinkorswim platform because I don't have to guess anymore. I literally can go here and say, what percent was that? 48%. You would have made a 48% return on a stock I ain't even know about that I really wouldn't even have bought. And here you are struggling trying to buy these penny stocks. Man, I've been waiting 2-3 years. This stock finally gonna get a pop. I also ask people, what's the quickest way to making 100%? What's the quickest way to making 100%? Let me pick the next stock. The quickest way to making 100% is finding a stock that's down 50%. Some of you guys are like, Joe, I ain't no idiot. That makes no sense. How am I going to make 100% return on something that dropped 50%? Okay, let me show you how. Because your brain thinks that because something dropped 50%, that when it goes back to its original price, you're going to make the same percent to the upside. It's not how numbers work. Show me, Joe, because I still don't get it. All right, let's look at Bitcoin. All right, now watch this. I don't know why my chart's doing what it's doing. Let's look at Bitcoin. Remember that rule I told y'all about earlier? I said if the 200-day is angled up, that blue line is angled up. Blue line's angled up. You want to buy it every time it hits it. And I also told you it works on everything. It crypto, foreign exchange currency, options, stock. Don't matter what you buying. The 200-day is just an average price of that stock over the last 200 days. Millionaires just know that when it's above it, it's bullish, and below it is bearish. You could have known when to buy Bitcoin. Some of you guys are like, what? Yeah, while y'all out here sitting out here talking about how Bitcoin ain't worth nothing, old Jolie Joe is sitting back saying, oh, look at the 200-day. The 200-day is angled up. What does that mean? It means that contrary to what Uncle Leroy believes, it's going up. All right. And the best time to buy this is when it hits its 200-day moving average. Right here. This kind of suffered, and then it went down. When it goes down, what did I tell you guys to do? Stay away for a while. Because even if you bought Bitcoin right here, I mean, 6,500 guys to $10,000 is a lot of money. You just made a 50% return, and all you did was bought it when it hit here. You didn't have to know anything about crypto. Because what I'm showing you guys is what's called price action. And when you learn price action, there ain't nothing out there that you ain't going to be able to trade. Now, could I have charged y'all $20,000 for this? Yeah. Well, you figure, all right, I got a room full of 20,000 people, right? Let's say I get 10 people to give me $20,000. I make 200 grand. Right? I got 10 people to kind of see the market the way that I see it. Like, am I really giving back? I'm not. All right. I want you guys to understand this. So you bought it at 200-day moving average, you made money. It dropped. Oh my God, I lost. So what? If it's an investment, you hold it. And then as soon as this 200-day moving average starts to go back up using, the what would Joel do method, which is a flag pattern, you might take a shot at this because it might end up going up in price. How did it magically go up like that, Joel? Did they come back and draw this line afterwards? Nah, this is what the line looks like right now. Every single day you see where it is. How did you know to buy Bitcoin right here? Oh, because my cousin, he's a miner, and he told me that China was, banning mining, and this is when you should buy. I mean, fundamentally, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, I'll take that bit of information and I'll say, all right, if China is banning and crypto is falling, then I'll probably buy it when it gets down here to this 200-day. But it's $35,000, Joel. Well, why do y'all think they bought it down here at 28? I'm going to show y'all something. It's going to make you mad. Billionaires and millionaires also know that the quickest way of making 100% is when something drops 50%. Watch this. Bitcoin hit a high right here. $65,000. Now, my math is actually pretty good. As I get older, my math is getting a little bit worse. But what's about half of 65? 32? About 32,000, give or take. Well, Bitcoin lost 50% of its value. And it got down to about $32,000. Half of 65 is about 32. 32 was right around the 200-day moving average. If you bought it at 32,000, you just doubled your money. You lost 50%, but then gained 100. Let's say you bought $680 worth of Bitcoin right here. Boo hoo hoo. It's now worth $320. Do you know how fast it would have taken you to make that money back? Watch this. If you lost 50% from way up here to way into this, I'm trying to teach you guys how to think like millionaires. If this had dropped all the way down here, y'all see that? See it right here? It's going to say 56%. How long did it take for you to make 56%? You would have broke even right here. Hold up, Joel. I have never seen anybody show me something like this. You lost money from here to here, bought it here, and then broke even, and it never even went back to the price it came from? Nah. That's why I don't care when things go down in value. You make more money. The more this drops, the more money you make when it goes back to the upside, because there is a real number. It says that 90% of companies or assets will get back to its all-time highs at some point. 90% of the time. That means no matter what stock you've seen that's out that has dropped in price, you got a 90% chance that it will hit its all-time high again. It might take 20-some years, but you got a 90% chance that that's going to happen. All right, let's look at Riot. What time is it? 8:30? All right, let me get to all of y'all stocks. Watch. All right, let's look at Riot. What did Riot do? Riot, same thing. It hit here. You could have bought it. It hit here. You could have bought it. And now we're underneath the 200-day, and everybody's so afraid. But what did we go back to? The 200-day. Why are you afraid? Let's see if there's unusual options activity. What I like to see is unusual, like, craziness. Now, when I go out, if I see something hit the 200-day moving average, guys, I'm not going 7 days out. You guys are mixing a swing trading strategy with a long-term investment. That's where a lot of people go wrong in this game. I'm not going to buy this here. If I want to day trade it, yeah, I'll day trade it, but I know I'm day trading it. Like before you guys buy anything, you should already know the answer to it. If I buy this, I'm probably going to be in it for 7 to 10 days because of its because I know how much it's moving per dollar move. I can kind of guesstimate what I can make. A lot of you guys are not doing that. You're buying and praying. I don't want you to do that. So if I was thinking about buying Riot, please don't buy these options just because Joel says buy it. If I was a betting man, I'm gonna go 90 days out. So it's November. I haven't looked I swear to God, I have not looked at these options yet. It's November, December, November. I'm gonna go at least 90 days out because that's the rule for the 200 day. So if I go 90 days out, that's what? It's November, December, January, February. No less than February. If I go all the way out to February and I see unusual options activity, I probably would buy. Only if I see more than 1,000. Now, I do see 249 here, 305 down here. Let's look, and that's all the strikes. So what I would do is I'll go out even further to see if I can find even more further out. Sometimes you can find that. Sometimes you'll go out further and you'll see something monstrous like 10,000, 100,000 contracts. So this doesn't really look like, I mean, if you want to go at the 249 strike in February, that's fine. But I probably, because I don't see the kind of numbers I really want to see, this seems a little bit more doable for me, this 50 strike. But even this 50 strike, this is where people go wrong. I'm not giving myself enough time. If I'm going to go 30 days or less, Joel's going to buy it at the money. The only time I go out of the money is when I go 30 days or longer, or if I'm intraday trading, getting in and out the same day. So I would probably be looking at, if I was trading to January, I wouldn't go way out here. I'll probably buy this one for $815. I mean, I know this is 615, but I'll probably buy that one. And for you guys that don't know how to chart your option, you should look and see what that option has done. Like this option, you want to see if this option is down or not. A lot of you guys don't do that. I don't understand why not. All right. This option, way back here, October the 27th, was a $250 option because I want you guys to see with your own eyes the kind of money that you missed out on. Let's say you bought this back. Now, October 28th was not that long ago. It's November the, what is it? November the 8th? It's November the 8th. It's November the 8th. If you had seen those unusual options way back then and took a shot at it, you guys could have spent this amount of money, right? You could have spent $250. I know some of you guys that spend that at the club every week. You're still running around looking for penny stocks when the penny stocks are sitting there right in front of you. That $250 in what's today's date again? The 8th. 10 days ago. You could have spent $250 on Riot. Why would you buy something like Riot? Well, cryptocurrency was running. The people that knew about the infrastructure bill probably was like, yo, we know that it's going to get signed. We know that it's going to cause inflation. And we know that Bitcoin is an inflation hedge and Riot blockchain is involved in cryptocurrency. I know that was a lot. But that $250 as of today was worth $815. That's 4 times your money. That's a crazy return. Now, I'm not going to try to guess what that return is. We're going to see exactly what it was. If you had bought way back here to today, that is a 216% return. 216% in 10 days. And that's on a swing trade. What if you wanted to trade Riot today? Because a lot of you guys are like, hold up. I could have traded this today. Yeah, you could have woke up at 9. I always tell people I wake up at 9:15. I wipe the sleep out of my eyes. I stumble down the stairs after brushing my teeth. I make some coffee or tea. I roll downstairs. I look and see what's on the TV. I say, "Ooh, Bitcoin's up 8%." I didn't have to go into a Reddit room to see that. I literally just turn on CNBC and I see Bitcoin up 5%. And then I say to myself, what stocks benefit off cryptocurrency? Well, cryptocurrency type companies. Mara, MicroStrategy, Riot Blockchain, Nvidia. I just know these companies are involved in the crypto space. So you could have pulled up Riot and you would have said, well, Riot moves about $2.50. So early this morning, Joel says, don't buy a stock. Joel says, don't buy a stock unless it's above this yellow line, period. If it's below the line, wait for it to drop 250 before you buy it. Very simple, easy rules. So you walk down 9:15. Mind you, your friend's been studying 3, 4, 5 hours last night, all over every forum. Mind is blown, don't know what to buy, just mad. Just I'm trying to look for the perfect trade. You guys got to learn how to trade what's dealt to you. Me and my football team can develop whatever strategy we want against the team that we play in the next day. We could practice all night throwing 80-yard bombs. 80-yard bombs. The point where I can close my eyes and throw 80-yard bombs. Wide receiver is catching it with his eyes closed. You guys got these signals where you go left and right. You do an in route or an out route. And you know that the DBs you playing against are slow. You wake up the next day and it's storming and it's raining outside. And it's 50-mile-an-hour wind. Well, you can't run them plays no more. Y'all try to do that. You study all night long. You wake up, it's raining, it's snowing, and you still try to run them plays because that's all the information you got. Joel, this is all I got. I got to play what I'm dealt. Meanwhile, Joel doesn't do that. He plays what's dealt to him. He says, what are the billionaires buying today if I want a day trade? I don't wake up the next day knowing what I'm a day trade. Y'all do. Now, I know I talked about Ford, but when I talked about Ford, I said Ford is on my radar to trade. Radar. If it's above this yellow line, I'm going to buy it. If it's below that yellow line, I'm going to stay away. Because that means that I was wrong. Billionaire says, psych your mind. We're going to buy something else. Y'all remember psych your mind back in the day? I'm showing my age. So if you wanted to buy Riot Blockchain, you would have simply said, what would Joel do? What would Joel do? A lot of people hate when I say that. They're like, oh, this dude think he know it all. Well, I do have some knowledge of this market. Why y'all listening to him? All his minions just going around listening to him. Because I'm breaking this down for a fifth grader to understand. Because you don't know what a swing trade is versus a day trade. And a lot of you educated people are like that. You got to know what you're doing. So if you're going to buy Riot Blockchain, it can move $2.50. That means if I see that the lows are 33, I'm not going to trade this if it's 33.50 plus 250. That means the trade is over. So even if you traded Riot Blockchain, you knew where it was going before you even bought it. That's why I make money and y'all don't. Because if I know that the lows are 33.50 and I add 250 to it, 33.50 plus 250 is going to roughly give me about 36. This is probably where it's running to. I don't trade things that I don't know what can happen. I'm not going to get in it if we already hit 36. If there's room to run, I'm going to take the trade. And before I trade it, I'm going to see what options everybody else is buying, which is called unusual options activity. So then when you see that unusual options activity go off, it's telling you which one to buy. It's the 40 strike. But you know what some of y'all do? You went and took a technical class And you was like, no, it's gonna go to this price here, and then I'm gonna get out. Cause that's the resistance level that I noticed yesterday. And you left a whole bunch of money on the table. You know why you left money on the table? Because you didn't know where it can go to. Because I'm sorry to tell you this, the stock doesn't go to that price because some brilliant person said that's a resistance level. Can it get there? Yeah. But this tells you if it gets there where it really wants to go, it wants to go to 40. It wants to go to 40. I want to see if it went to 40. It didn't even get to 40. Hold up, hold up. It didn't even get to 40. Now here's what's interesting. Here's what's interesting. You got in here, you bought the $40 strike for a day trade. It didn't get to 40 because your brain is thinking it's got to get to 40 for me to make money. It got to get to 40, Joel, for me to make money. It's got to get to 40, Joel, for me to make money. And I'm like, who told you that? It don't have to get to 40 for you to make money. What time did Joel say get in trades like this? We're gonna go all the way back to the beginning because I told y'all this is a magic show. This is the magic show that I perform every week. Joel said get in at 9:45. So when you get in at 9:45, mind you, I didn't pick this stock, guys. I didn't pick this stock. Mr. Charles Holland picked this stock. I'm just simply showing you how Joel would have traded it. You would have decided to get in right around 9:45 because Joel says that rookie and non-traders buy at 9:30. Now you would have made money, but most rookie traders think they can trade the 9:30 market. They can't. They lucked up and it went up in value. So as it started to go up in value, Joel would have got up here, and he's an advanced trader. Even though you got in down here, you're like, I beat Joel. Great. But before I take this trade, if I do it in stock, I know where it's going to go. But if you're going to go into the options market, we're going to pick the $40 strike. We're going to get in at 940. How much money could you have made on Riot today, waking up at 9:15, not even knowing what to trade? How much money could you have made? I want to know how much. I'm like, how much money could I have made? Well, trading like Joel at 9:45, you would have bought this stock around 93 bucks. 93. Riot blockchain never went to 40. I want y'all to think about that. Riot blockchain never hit the $40 strike. Never hit it. It got $3 away from it. It never hit it. But that $93 at one point was worth $206. 206. Hold up, Joel. You mean to tell me that even when I pick a strike and the expiration is on Friday, it don't even have to hit the strike in order for you to make money? I'm like, nope. And I done took this $10,000 options class and they never explained that to me because they probably ain't trading options like you think they do. Because what I just taught you here is like, I ain't even gonna say basic, but it's like, come on now. You didn't know that? Like, you literally gotta look in the mirror and be like, yo, I really feel like an idiot right now. Because A, you trusted somebody, which fine, you can't vet, you can't, everybody's not gonna be perfect. But before you bought your option, you should have been testing it and watching it and seeing what it can do and seeing how it can be up in value before it hits, that expiration date. But I'm gonna tell you where you guys would have gone wrong. You would have come here. You're gonna be all excited. Oh my God, I'm listening to this dude named Joel who's giving out all this free information about millionaires, and I'm gonna buy this option and I'm gonna do everything he does. I'm gonna be a millionaire, blase, blase. Hey, this is the mistake all of y'all make. You don't separate a day trade from a swing trade from a long-term trade. You don't do it. What do I mean by that? That means you got to commit to what you do. If I'm gonna throw an 80-yard bomb. I'm going to make sure I'm in a shotgun. This is for you football players. Or I'm going to do a play action and I'm going to have my wide receivers go. You got to commit to the play if you going to play it. That means if I'm going to trade unusual options activity that day, I got to be in and out the same day. I know I'm up 100%. It might be down. I got to be out of that trade by 4 o'clock. Why? Because you went all the way out of the money to get a higher return on your investment. It doesn't mean that it's actually going to reach 40, because it's more than likely not going to reach 40 by Friday. And that's where y'all go wrong. You up 100%? Well, shoot, if I'm up 100%, I can be up another 100% tomorrow. Why don't you just get out the trade, wait till 9:45, re-enter the trade, and then make your 100%? It's because y'all are lazy. That's why. Because you're like, I got a 9 to 5, Joel. I got to place my order at 9:30, and then I got to check that trade by 12. Well, you need to be a swing trader, not a day trader, right? So you're going to do something a little bit different. Let's look at DWAC as a swing trade. This is Digital World Acquisition, which is Donald Trump's stock. All right. So if we were looking at Donald Trump's stock, as you can see, there are options activity. But let's look at DWAC as a swing trade. What's the definition of a swing trade? Anything longer than a day. All right. You're holding it overnight. The definition of day trading is 1 to 7 days. Really, a real swing trade, is more than 7 days. All right. Anything longer than a week is considered a day trade. Now, the rule that I teach all my clients is that stocks are going to run 7 to 10 days, go down 7 to 10 days. So, mind you, we were looking at charts today. We were only looking at one chart, which was a 1 minute chart. That's it. It was a 1 minute chart. That's it. When I'm getting in and out the same day, I don't flip back and forth. I don't have more than one. If you pull up your charts and I see more than 2 or 3 indicators, you can't trade. You can't trade with me. You got too much information. You on information overload after you put 2 indicators there. I know for a fact you ain't making money. So I want you guys to keep it simple. When I want to hold something overnight, I'm not going to look at the minute chart. I'm going to look at, well, it depends on how long I want to be in it. If I want to be in that trade for overnight up to about 30 days, I'm going to pull up a hour chart. Why the hour chart? Because remember, I told y'all stocks run 7 to 10 days, then they go down 7 to 10 days, then they go up 7 to 10 days, then they go down for 7 to 10 days. Same thing with this, right? Y'all could have just taken out this easy little yellow line and you would have said, all right, if I was trading this to the upside, it's probably going to go up 7 to 10 days. So, when DWAC started to run, it ran from 1021. Then it started to go down about a week later. Remember I said 7 to 10 days? 7 to 10 days. Then when it got underneath the Ichimoku, what did I tell you guys to do? Sit back 7 to 10 days. Just wait it out. Quit. You're not going to miss out on it. Wait 7 to 10 days. It gets underneath the Ichimoku. Wait a week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. It's been 7 days. All right, now it's time for this stock to run again. If this stock gets above this Ichimoku, which it hasn't done yet, I want to see this line start to go up. If it gets above here, Joel's going to come over here. He's going to look for unusual options activity. And when I want to buy something 1 to 10 days, if it's Monday, you guys can buy an expiration at the end of the week. But if I'm trading that way, I'm not going to go way out the money. Y'all heard what I just said? Some of you guys didn't get that. When I want to hold something overnight up to 7 days, I'm not going to go way out here because I need this trade to be perfect. So I'm probably going to buy the volume at the money that has the most. So this is probably what I would have picked. If you're thinking about buying DWAC, this is the option that I probably would buy. And if I was buying this option, I'm going to wait until It starts. What's this? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This is Monday. This is. I think this is Monday. What's today's date? The 8th. All right, so this is Monday. So this might have been the one that I wanted to buy. If you had bought this morning, if you had waited just a little bit, you would have known that it was going to go down in value. If you were thinking about buying it, the trend went down. And then the trend started to go up right around 11:45. If you were thinking about buying it long term and this was the strike you wanted to buy, I promise y'all that this move from here to here probably was $12.56 or something close to it. So let's check and see. If this stock decides, if this stock drops in price, which it didn't, the ATR was 12.56. I guess it didn't do it. Monday. Okay, it didn't do it. 58 to 56. All right, so this ATR is not matching what it's actually doing. But whatever the case, if you were in it, you can make a lot of money. 56 to 62 is a $6 move. Now, this stock just came out, guys, so it's not going to have a really good ATR. The average true range is calculated over a 14-day period. So, unfortunately, we just picked a stock that literally only been out for like 14 days, right? The stock came out September the 30th. So the stock hasn't really even been around that long. Okay. Remember, I told you guys the bigger a company is and the longer it's been around, the easier it's going to be to predict. This is not one of those stocks that you can predict like that. All right. Let's look at another stock. We looked at Charge Point. Let's look at Lucid. Dang, somebody gave me 20 some stocks. Let's look at Lucid. All right. Hold on. All right, let's look at Lucid. 200-day moving average. What's the rule? Is this line going up? Yep. When's the best time to buy it? When it hits it. When did I tell y'all to buy it? Right here. What are the haters saying? You just looked up, Joel. Joel shows his receipts. Anybody can get those receipts. Okay. You playing Monday morning quarterback. Okay. Could have bought it here. Could have bought it here. Went up in value. Should you be buying it way up here? Nah, it's probably going to come back to this 200-day at some point. If you missed it, you missed it. But if you want to trade it, see, if you miss the investment, that's fine. You got time to wait for an investment. Remember, your investments are like a year to 2 years to 5 years to 10 years anyway. But if I'm trading it, is it going on that 7 to 10 day run or is it going down 7 to 10 days? Well, when you pull up the Ichimoku and you start counting the days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, we're starting to approach that 7th, 8th, 9th day that things go on a run before they start going down in value. I really wouldn't be buying it right here. But if you're in it, stick with this. Stick with this. Okay. I kind of like it when it's coming off and it starts to go above that Ichimoku. Then I like to buy those unusual options. I don't like buying them after they've been running for 3, 4, 5 days. Okay. All right, let's look at another one. Bido. Bido is the ETF for Bitcoin. Okay. Now it's not going to have a 200-day. And it has a huge gap here, which I don't really like. Let's say you wanted to day trade this. How would you day trade it? Joe, how do I know to day trade it? Well, what's the rule? If we're above the yellow line, you can take a shot at it. If it drops, its ATR, you could take a shot at it. ATR, which is its average true range, is about $2. That means if this drops $2 from 42.84 to about 40.84, you can take a shot. But it didn't do it. It dropped from 42.85 to 42. But then it rose from 42 to 43. All right. Didn't quite go its ATR 42 to 44. Well, it got close. 42 to 44. It got within 20 cents. So when it started to move, you knew where it was going. You knew it was going to 40, it was going to 44. $2 from the lows is going to get you somewhere around here. That's when it started to sell off. Now, I don't know if they have options. They do. If you wanted to trade that this morning and you thought that it can move $2 in value, you're not going to pick the strike because you think it can go to 40. Joel, I know what the ATR is, so I know to pick 44. You would have lucked up because guess what? ATR, guess what everybody picked, guys? They picked 44. Why do you think they picked 44? I'm gonna tell you why. Because they added, because they know how to add. They added $2 to the low, and it was somewhere around 44. And then when they looked for that strike, everybody was buying it. That's how they knew to buy this one. Unusual options activity. Unusual options activity. So you could have bought the stock. You really wouldn't have made that much money. But what if you bought the options? What if you bought the options? That option at one point was 60 something dollars. Y'all see how every stock we looked at in the options market with unusual options activity, most of these stocks went up 70, 80, 90, 100%. Why is everybody getting in after that double? Because everyone knows that 100% mark is right around the time it's probably going to start going back down. You could have bought this for $60, it doubled. You know how fast it doubled from 9.59 to 11.05, 1 hour, 60-minute trading, which is what I teach. All right, let's look at skills. All right, skills. It's a metaverse stock. Skills I know is on your, like, when you're playing your games, if you wanted to look at skills 200-day wise, its 200-day moving average is angled down. What do I tell you guys to do when that's happening? When you see a 200-day moving average angled down, you kind of want to stay away from that stock. Just for a little bit. Doesn't mean that something's wrong with it now. It just means that it's gotta get it together so that it can start going back up in value again. Okay. Joel would stay away from it, but it doesn't mean that you can't trade it. Because even when things go down, it's still going to go up for about for about 7 days before it goes down for 14 days, up for 7 days before it goes down for days. But because you guys are going to learn how to look at the market in three different ways, that's why I tell you guys to stop flipping from chart to chart. Because if I flipped at this chart, my brain would have said, don't buy this. And then you would have missed out on it on a great day trade or a great swing trade. Because even though it had been going down, when it got above this Ichimoku on this date right here, Joel probably would have been in somewhere around October the 19th. Now, I probably would have only stayed in it for 7 to 14 days. So the 20th, I probably would have been out around the 27th, 28th, the beginning of November. Well, that date was way out here. Okay. And you would have been able to catch this whole move on something going up for 7 to 10 days, even though its charts were ugly like this. But what y'all uneducated teachers are teaching y'all is to look at a time frame that's higher, make your brain feel like you can't make money. You then say, I'm not going to trade this to the upside because it's going down. And then you miss out on moves like that. Or you won't day trade it because it's going down in value because you looked at 3 or 4 charts that were bearish. What happens on that day in making money has nothing to do with what is done over the last 365 days. And a lot of you guys got to figure that out. If I wanted to trade this as a day trade, and I got to get out of here soon, I'm going to use the same strategy I just been teaching the whole time. First of all, how much can skills move? Skills can move. Skills ATR is roughly about $1. So Joel's gonna wake up at 9:15, and if skills is something that he wants to trade because he read it in the Reddit room, I'm gonna say, all right, I read it in the Reddit room too. I'm gonna trade it. I see that the lows of the morning was somewhere around $11. Where's Joel going to get out? $12. Joel, how did you know this? We're going to start calling you Joel Stradamus. How did you know it was going to be 12? Because it says it right here. Told you it on average it moves $1. So if this is something that you want to trade, Joel would have said, Joel is staying away from this stock unless it's above this Ichimoku. So at 9:45, this is how Joel would treat Reddit. Joel would read the Reddit. Joel would go to Reddit. Everybody's talking about buying skills. I'm like, all right, I'll take a shot at skills too. We're all gonna buy skills tomorrow. We're gonna stick it to Wall Street. I'll be like, all right, I'm trying to be a soldier too. All right, let's trade this thing, but I'm gonna trade it with a strategy, not a hope and a pray. So I'm gonna pull up my charts. I'm gonna say, all right, guys, before we go out there, before the army goes out, let me just check one thing. I need to know how much this thing moves. Oh, it moves $1. All right. So then it starts to move. Everybody else is like, gold skills, the gold. Joel's like, I'm gonna wait a second. Let me see if the billionaires are actually buying it. Then right around 9:45, because y'all are like, Joel, why haven't you come? Because I'm gonna wait till 9:45. 9:45 comes. I see that there's real buying pressure. Joel says, all right, I'm gonna come with you guys. All right, let's go pick the 13 strike. But that's not the strike everybody picked. Everybody said it was going to 12 because the ATR is 1. I'm gonna be like, yeah, but this is what the billionaires buy. What billionaires? How do you see them, Joel? I'm gonna buy this one. I'm gonna buy the 13 strike, even though I think it can go to the 12 strike. That doesn't make sense. It does make sense. Does it have to go to 13? Let's go back. Does skills ever reach $13 today? Actually, it did. And then when it got to $13, what did it do? It reversed. As soon as it got to 13. Did it have to get to 13 for you to make money? No. Because at 9:45, Joel gets into the trade. Hold up, that's Friday. Is this right? It's Monday. Looking at the right thing. 13. There you go. 9:45, Joel gets in somewhere around 12 cents. I think I picked the right one. I don't know why it doesn't look, the volume doesn't look right. All right. 11, 12, 1 o'clock comes. That $12. This is going to make y'all mad. That $12 by 1 o'clock was worth $80. 12, 24, 36. 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84. I made 7. Hold on, Joe. I made 7 times my money? 7. If you had $120, it was going to be worth $850 at one point. If you had $1,200, it was worth $8,500 at one point. Because you can buy as many contracts as you can. Looking for unusual options activity, trading something that everybody else is trading, and then knowing the time frame that you're trading it. Before it even reached $13, which was right here, you had doubled your money within the first, well, you had to wait a little bit because it didn't really do anything from 9:45 to about 12. Then it started to take off. And when it started to take off, it really started to take off. How are you able to find stocks like this? Because, some of you guys can't find stocks. You got to have screeners. You got to have screeners that everybody is using. Okay. This is a screener that I use that I give y'all for free. Now, Joel's going to trade the largest companies. So I want to look through this screener. So sometimes when things start to run, you're going to see it pop up over here. You see Riot. We talked about that today. EVgo, Mara. trader desk. Let's look at that one. Everybody was talking about this one today. I don't even know what it did. All right, trade desk moves $4. That bad boy moved 20. Let's say you think that it can run. When you see something like this, how do people make this type of money? Because you can't, nobody and their mama could have called this move. Nobody could have said this was going to $90. And you know what you're going to say? Oh, yes, we can. We could have predicted that move. And they're going to say, how, Sway? How? How do you predict a move like this? You predict a move like this by going in there and seeing what everybody's picking. Which strike price was everybody buying this morning? The $90 strike. Some of y'all pay $250, $400 a month to get alerts on something y'all could have done on your own. Okay? And then most of the time when you get the alerts, it's too late. Once that stock started to run, if you want to make money on it, and I get it, I see stuff running all the time too, guys, and I'll be like, I don't know if I should buy it or not. If I start to see something run and I go look at the options market and I see everybody picking the 115 strike and we at 77 and everybody's buying the 115 strike, I'm like, guys, this is one of them days a stock is actually about to double. And I see it all the time. And that's going to get you guys the easiest and the best way of making that 100% return. You guys got to stop thinking the way, like everything that we looked at today. What was the minimum these options paid out today? What, 50, 60% on every single solitary stock y'all gave me today? All right. Let's look at this one. See, this is a Chinese stock, I believe. We don't even have to look at the charts no more. I don't even want y'all looking at the charts. What is everybody buying? Now, here's something. Why would Joel have stayed away from this trade? Why would Joel have stayed away from this trade? I don't know what it did today. It might have made money. It might not have made money. One thing I see here, when I see volume here, that's 439. And then I go over here to the put side, which is people betting on it going down. And I see the volume double what I see over here, then that means this stock is probably going down. So then when I pull up the charts, I say, hold up, there's a disconnect. Why did somebody give me this stock as a play? Are they giving it to me as a put? Because I see a put. I don't see a... Then I pull up his charts and I say, oh, whoever gave me this probably was trying to fool me into thinking that this stock can go up when this is a stock that's been going down. Y'all see how I knew that just by looking at the options? I ain't even have to look at the stock. This stock is bearish as a swing trade. There's no way you're going to get Joel to buy this upside long term until we break this trend. I go here and I start to see unusual options activity that's where the call the put ratio is double to triple. Now I do see it out here, but it's not enough contracts. Joel wants to see 1,000. I see 234 way out there. I see what you're going for, but look, I still see open interest. It's like 3,000. This is just not one of them stocks that looks like it will pan out for me. Can it be the stock of the century? Yeah, but Joel's gonna have to sit out on that one. All right. All right, let's look at QuantumScape real quick. I know I went over, but it's also because I started 30 minutes late. So I'm giving you guys a full 2 hours. All right. So QuantumScape. QuantumScape. Y'all want to see unusual options activity? This is how it looks. Y'all see this volume? To win at 6,000? Jeez Louise. 2? When I see 2,000, 1,000, and then I see 26, I don't care how bearish your friend is. This stock going up. all the way up. If I go 7 days out, still 3, 4 times this value. When I go out to November, I still see unusual options activity. If I go out to December, I'm not really going to go out that far. It's not enough contracts for me. Let's see what's going on. Oh, but look at this. Y'all see that? Unusual. Why in December are more people buying contracts here than they buying here? Now I get this all the time. You could have traded this and given yourself to December to make money on it. To December 17th. And some of you guys are like, I'm not gonna buy that because I can't make any money on it. And I'm like, you could have picked an option that expires in December. 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 You could have put an option that was gonna expire in December. And you could have bought it this morning for $200. We'll say 945, to keep it in line with what Joel teaches. So about $250. I'm gonna take a sip off this. I want y'all to let this sink in because a lot of you guys be buying you feel like you gotta buy the expiration at the end of the week. It's gotta be this fast money. You're giving yourself till December. And you take a trade at 9:30, and this bad boy doubles that day. Take your money if it's up 100%. Y'all see how you see how most of the stocks we looked at today doubled, then they started to go down. They doubled, then they started to go down. They doubled, then they started to go down 100%. If you had bought this yesterday, it was up 171 well, on Friday it was up 171%. That's crazy. Options, the ultimate trading tool. There's nothing out there that's going to make you the type of money that you can make in this market. But you got to know what to look for. I think I got everything. All right. If there's any questions, I'll try to answer some of your questions. Somebody said I'm cutting off the top of my head in the screen. Y'all don't need to see my head. All right, let's look at some of the all right, before I get out of here, because there's a lot of stocks. I didn't get to everybody's stocks, and I apologize for that. I didn't get to everybody's stocks, and I apologize for that. Dang, y'all were very all right. I didn't get to everybody's stock, and I apologize for it. But let's look at some of the stocks that were up last week and this week, and then I'll get on out of here. So last week, everybody was talking about the metaverse. So what I want you guys to start doing is when you hear about stocks that everybody's talking about, create a list, right? So I got my little best day trades list, and I try to keep. I can look at 20 stocks. Some of you guys can't. Maybe you want to stick to about 5, and then you might want to write down a couple of stocks that are hot, right? So you got Meta, but again, this is where a lot of people make mistakes. Stocks, when they start to run, are going to run 7 to 10 days. Then they're going to go down 7 to 10 days. Then go up 7 to 10 days. Then they go down 7 to 10 days. If I was swing trading Facebook, let's say I learned about the metaverse last week, and I want to trade a stock that has a lot of people talking about it. Well, I want to buy it when it's hot. I want to buy it when it gets above that Ichimoku, and this Ichimoku is angled up. Why did I stop talking about Facebook? Because Facebook, once it got below this Ichimoku, right around what? Oh, that was today. Wait, is this a minute chart? Sorry about that. I meant to look at an hour chart. Oh, hold up. Hold up. I was thinking about here. Facebook went down for about 7 to 10 days, hit the 200-day, got above it, The best time to get in metaverse or meta platforms was, last Monday. And it's been running for about 7 to 10 days. Been running for 7 days on the dot. All right. So it's probably about to take a little breather for 7 to 10 days. But as long as this Ichimoku is up, you can still go with it. It's just Joel is probably going to take the trade way down here. 1 to 2 days into it going above the Ichimoku and making sure that Ichimoku is angled up. Then I'll take some shots, go look at the options activity, maybe go out 30 days. I'm going to keep it. If I'm going to go 30 days or less, it's November. I might not go past the end of the year. I want to look for unusual activity, and I don't see it. Well, I see it here. I see it December 17th. But if it's 30 days or less, I'm going to buy it at the money. So I'll probably take this $1,315 straight. Okay. And you guys should do the same thing. Let me see. Let me take that off. I can't find the old comment, so I can't even take it off. All right, let's get to some of you guys' comments that were kind of funny. All right, Ty said, I am a millionaire. That's what I'm talking about. Someone said I'm not sharing my screen anymore. Okay. I guess maybe I fixed it. Sorry I didn't show Ethereum. Ethereum did hit all-time highs today. Thank you about the brain. Yeah, the brain was kind of cool. My cousin, he loves talking about the S&P 500. I can't stand the S&P 500. I love looking at it. If as an investor, I love the Nasdaq. I know. I come from a family of preachers. I got a lot of people that preach in my family. Plug power, guys. Plug power is similar to a lot of these car companies. So I know you guys can't really see my list, but I got a car. If you're interested in the car industry, you could take a screenshot of my car list right there. I'll make it bigger for you guys to see. You could take a screenshot of that. Okay. Remember, this is going to be in the room, so you'll be able to look at this over and over again forever. Joy says, can't just get my trading advice from Twitter for free. I get some good information from Twitter. Twitter is where Elon Musk changed his name today, which was crazy. All right, just ordered the free book. I don't think I have a free book. Nvidia was on the run today, guys. Nvidia is involved in all type. Look, Nvidia is involved in the cryptocurrency space. It's involved in, you know, it's just the best semiconductor out there. It's involved in the metaverse. It's involved with electric cars. It should be part of everybody's portfolio. Okay. Sorry we didn't take a look at it. We talked about Nvidia so much last week. Uh, you know, here's a bank that I really believe everyone should have. So I'm into fintech companies as investments. Fintech companies are companies that are they're finance companies that have a lot of tech backing. Your companies like your Squares, your PayPal's, Visa's becoming a fintech company. SoFi is another one that I've been telling everybody to please put in their portfolio. A lot of my clients are so happy because I've been telling them to buy that particular one. QuantumScape, which we looked at earlier, is also involved in the electric car space. So you guys definitely want to take advantage of it, especially trading it. We didn't get a chance to look at bot. Sorry about that. I'll try to take a look at it later. Yeah, Joe Stradamus. I come up with all types of names just so that you guys can remember things. I know a lot of you people think I do stuff because of my ego or this, that, and the other. I'm simply doing it so that you can Remember it. Shelly Mae, she comes on a lot. Such good game. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Remember, guys, it's got to have at least 1,000 contracts, in my opinion. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to, it could be 957, right? But I kind of want to look for 1,000 contracts or more because I need enough volume so that if I decide I want to get in and out, the same day, I can. Okay. Even looking at Facebook, guys, look at all the different times you could have bought this particular stock. Someone said, great teaching, bro. Sandrine, I believe that's how you pronounce your name. Asked which of your classes can we take? Which of your classes can we take that teaches this? I teach this during webinar week. Webinar week is next week. All right, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I go from the beginning as if you knew nothing about the stock market to day trading at the end of the week. Kind of the same slides, kind of giving you guys an idea of what to look for. It's over 10 hours of information. Sorry I didn't get to Disney. I love Disney. I think Noble's doing Technical Tuesdays tomorrow. He'll be able to cover a lot of these stocks that we didn't look at today. I know this was the first day I did not look at Tesla. All right. Maybe I'll end with Tesla since Tesla is such a big company for you guys to look at. All right. So let's look at Tesla real quick. Tesla. How would you have known where to buy Tesla? Well, Joel says that little blue light, that little blue thingamajigam right there. I need to buy it when it drops to that 200 day because that's what the millionaires are doing. When the 200 day is angled down, you stay away, 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 stay away. Look at that. Perfect entry. No, Joel. My buddy said that on this day, that's the day that the Cybertruck came out. No, y'all know what day that was? That was in March when we hit the lows. Now, how come we perfectly hit the 200 day when the market turned around? It just so happened that Tesla fell to its lowest price on the day that the market turned. Interesting, right? Could have bought it again right here. 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 Oh my God, Joe, look at all these opportunities I could have bought. Look at all that money I could have made. That's where we at right now. What if you wanted to day trade it today? This is where y'all go wrong. I'm going to trade Tesla today. I studied it 5 hours last night. I'm going to make money because Joel says that Mondays are the easiest days to make money. I choose Tesla. And I say, yeah, but are they buying it or not? Because if they ain't buying it, then it ain't going up. So then you get up 9:30. You've been thinking about Tesla all weekend long. Oh my God, I'm going to trade Tesla. It's going to be my first trade. I got my little $1,000 together. I'm going to buy an option. I'm going to buy that unusual option activity. And I too am going to make 100% return. And I'm going to post it in the room. And I'm going to get all the love I deserve. But you missed one piece. Are the millionaires buying it today? I don't care how much you studied. I don't care how smart you are. I don't care how high your IQ is. Your IQ does not make the market move. So, first of all, before we buy Tesla today, if we're day trading it, how much does it move? $50. Okay. So if it drops $50, maybe I can buy it. Or if I'm in it, it's probably going to go $50. Great. This is for an intraday trade. Because as an investment, why y'all buying it way up here? Why y'all buying this Tesla way up here? Tesla drops 50%. Guys, Tesla drops 50% in value every year. Every single solitary year. Tesla drops 50%. This is 2020. Hold up, let's go to, because a lot of y'all don't believe me. This is 2020. Let's go to 2019. Tesla drops 50% every single solitary year. When it was $78. This is what the billionaires did. Y'all went out there, got 15 indicators, went and took a $20,000 class, and the millionaires said, "What's hell for 75?" 37. I'm either gonna buy it at 37 or I'm gonna buy it at the 200-day moving average. Where did Tesla drop to? God, I swear to God, I swear to God, guys, I did not I did not know this was going to 37. I just been doing this for so long. I know I told y'all this is a magic trick because I know how they think. They don't use all that information y'all think they use. They literally said, "What's hell? Oh, 75. 75 divided by 2 carried to 3 minus 4. I think it's right around 37. I'm either gonna buy it at 37. I'm gonna buy it here. Why? Because if I buy it at 37, I can double my money because I got a 90% chance it's going right back to 75. It's just numbers. It gets down to 37. You trying to figure out why it's turning at 37. Joel is so freaking smart. Joel said, "What's hell for 37? 37 divided by 2. 75 divided by 2. 37. No, Joel, but Tesla has all of this technology, and the reason why it's going up in value is because Elon Musk has this, and they have all of this driverless information to store it." And the investors are like, 75 divided by 2 equal 37. I think I won't buy it at 37. So they buy it at 37. You trying to figure out how they caught the bottom. All right. Because Tesla drops 50. How you didn't know Tesla drops 50%? Most stocks that run like this, they drop 50% every year. Everybody know this. Everybody and their mama that make money knows this. Tesla drops 50%. Bitcoin drops 50 to 70%. Apple, Microsoft, Google, they all drop 20%. How did you not know this? I'm going to tell you how you didn't know. Because you're too busy trying to use indicators to take this indicator and put it on top of this indicator. On top of this indicator, it's going to tell me when to buy. It's not how they buy. All right. They're going to go to the highs. They're going to say 194. I wonder if it works this time. I don't even know if it works. If it works again, I'm just going to laugh. What's half of 194? I don't know. It's close to 200. So 200 divided by 2 probably going to put me around $100. All right. It drops in price. It drops right around $100. How you knew it was going to go to $100, Joe? I don't know. And then it turns around at $100. You're like, how did everybody know? Oh my God, you got to go take this. Joel teaches this. He's like so smart. Joel said, "What happened? 190. 190 divided by 2. About $95. Close to the 200. They're going to put some money in, double my money." Joel, I need to take this class, this advanced class, and take this class, and I'm going to go on YouTube and then YouTube this person. I'm going to go read Reddit. Joel said, "What's half of 190? I'm doing this, guys, because this is how funny it is when I hear y'all arguing about stuff in the room. And I'm sitting there just dividing it by 2. Did it get close to the 200-day? Is the 200-day angled up? Am I buying it? And then I make money. And then I show my receipts, and then I keep it moving. Let's say you wanted to day trade it. First of all, y'all missed it all right here. All right. Dang, it didn't do the. Wait, hold on. When should I buy Tesla? I don't know. It's $900. What's half of $900? I don't know. 900 divided by 2. Give me something about 450. All right. 450? Oh, it didn't get to 450 that time. But it got close. 900. It's going to drop 40 to 50% every year. I'm telling y'all this. because they know that if they buy it here, it's going to double in value. The millionaires know how to double money. All right, 100% returns. I done tired myself out. If you miss those moves, who cares? You can buy it every time it gets to the 200 day. Is it going to lose? Yeah, but I mean, look, it won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many times it's got to win? 6, 7. Maybe it loses on the next time. But I'm gonna tell you what Joel's gonna do. Joel's already looking at it. Joel said 1243. What's half of 1243? 2 goes into 12.6. 2 goes into 4.2. $620. Joel's gonna buy it anywhere around here, or if it can drop to 620, y'all see I already got alerts down there ready to buy this stock if we get there. All right, you guys got to learn how to set your alerts. When the stock finally gets down there, am I just gonna buy it? Yeah, I might buy it in stock, but then I'm gonna look for unusual options activity to the upside. So we talked about long term. What if you wanted to swing trade it? What has Tesla been doing for the last couple of days? Well, if you pulled up an hour chart, you would have noticed that it's been moving. It's been moving like big time. Tesla got above the Ichimoku way back here and ain't looked back since October the 8th. Tesla been up for a whole month. It's been up for a whole month and y'all still buying it. I mean, I get it. Sometimes stocks will luck up, but what is happening right now? What's happening? What did I tell y'all stocks do? That's not good. Now, does that mean it's going to drop to 600? No, you just need to watch it. Does that mean that this is when it's over? No, we might pop back to here and start running for another 20 to 30 days. But if we pop above here, that's probably where I want to buy that, because now we just started a new run for 7 to 10 days. What you also need to do is go look at unusual options activity. So when you pull up Tesla and you look up its unusual options activity, you're going to notice that this week it does have a 1,200 strike, but you guys got to understand, we already hit $1,200 this week already. We already hit 1,250, right? So it's probably going to close at the end of the week, probably somewhere around 1,200. If you want to go out further than that, because 1,200 is the strike everybody's buying, that's probably where it's going. If we underneath it, yeah, we might make $40 to the upside. I know a lot of you guys buying the 1,300. The 1,300 is cool if you're day trading. But this is where everybody's buying it at. This is probably where we close on Friday at 4 o'clock or lower. Okay, depends on what's going on this put side. The puts are starting to increase. Take note on that. Let's say you wanted to day trade Tesla today. It moves $40. Would you have traded it? I don't know. I could have woke up at 9:15 and known by 9:45 if I was trading this or not. What did I see at 9:45? I saw this. Now, does that mean you can't go to the upside? Nah, it just means that if I see something dropping and I see it underneath the Ichimoku, Joel ain't even going to think about buying this unless it drops $45. All right. I know, hold up. Maybe I can pull that out the way. Sorry about that. Let me pull up. And this is the last one we're going to look at today. Where's Millionaire Challenge? So y'all can see it up here. $45. Y'all see that? So Joel's going to go to the highs, which was $11.78. And then Joel's going to subtract $50. I think we already looked at this today. Did we? If so, sorry. He's going to subtract 70. He's going to subtract $50. Why? Because that number is right here. It's telling you how much it's going to drop. Tesla's going to drop $50. $50 minus 1177 is 1127. If you wanted to take a shot at Tesla, you should have taken it right around 1127. We didn't quite get to it. but it got close within $5. Joel wouldn't have gotten in until right around here, 10 o'clock, even though I only take trades at 9:45. Let's say you was brilliant and you was able to get Tesla at the lows. Let's say you put up, let's say you put your trend line up. You knew that 1200 was the strike everybody wanted. It got above the Ichimoku. You got in right around 9:52, right around the time Joel tells you to trade. How much could you have made today trading the what would Joel do method? Well, first of all, we need to know which option everybody's buying. We already know it. It's the 1200 strike. This morning it didn't say 9,000, but I promise y'all it was 7 to 8 times more than everything else. You would have had to pay a pretty penny for it. Okay? Joel's going to risk 50% to make 50% or higher. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that rule. You would have bought Tesla somewhere around right around 9:45. Joel says wait till it goes green. It starts to go green. You spend using unusual options. You spend about $4,700. 4,700. 4,700. That $4,700 was worth about 5,700. Doesn't make you 100% return like most people want to get, but at least it was up about 20%, and then it dropped in price. Joel wouldn't have made money on Tesla this morning. He would have been in right around this time. He would have been up $1,000 using 4,700. I'm not impressed with $1,000. I'm impressed with percent returns. I have to be. If I'm risking 50%, I can't take 20%. If I'm risking 50%, my goal is to make 50% or higher. But I'm trying to do this because I'm trying to be a millionaire. So I got to look for 100% returns or higher. You could take an 80 or 90% return. Why? Because it's still more than the 50% that you're risking. Why do I say 50%? That's the number that Joel uses as far as his option or as far as his risk. Okay. So Joel you would have been up 1,000. I could have easily come in the room, show off, hey, I made my $1,000 today. But I know I can make more. Why would Joel have stayed away from this? Because guys, Tesla really wasn't being bought this morning. I should have, this morning, nobody was really talking about it. It had negative news. Elon Musk was talking about using his taxes to sell. Like, why do I want to buy something to the upside that everybody's talking about, you know, um, Elon's tweeting negative stuff about it. I really wasn't really interested in it. It still made you money, even though it was a trade I wouldn't have taken. And that's what I'm trying to show you guys, like trades that I would not even take. The money was there, but it ain't there the way that I want it to be there because I've trained my brain to 100% or more. When I see 20%, that does not impress me. Not after I've been in the stock for an hour or two. My forward option, I was up 40% in like 5 minutes. I made more money trading Ford than I did Tesla. Why? Because Ford had a much better positive news because it was attached to Rivian, and we still don't know what the IPO amount is. So the millionaires were buying those companies. They weren't. Everybody's made money off of Tesla. Doesn't mean that Tesla can't run to $10 trillion. It's just that you guys got to start thinking like the millionaires. All right, so I got to get out of here. I'm exhausted. I done tired myself out. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. If you guys ever want your faces to show in videos in the future, you have to go out. You got to go to the top and fill out some type of form or something that says we're able to look at it. Sorry, I wasn't able to look at this XLK June strike. This is a strike that maybe some of you guys want to look at. Sorry, we didn't get the Disney, and oh my God, we didn't get the AMD. AMD ran like crazy today. All right, so I'm coming to you guys from Decatur, where it's greater. Good luck in the future. I'll see you next Monday. And I'm out. Peace out.